What's up, everybody? Savage Burner here, bringing you a Master Arms gameplay on Blood Drive on Gears of War Judgment. Now, you're probably wondering, why Master Arms on Gears of War Judgment? And if you saw the intro right there, you're probably wondering, why such a low level? Well, it's actually pretty simple. My Elgato was broken, and I cannot record, so I had to scavenge for any and all gameplays that I could find, and this is the only one that I found on my hard drive that I liked in the time period that I could find it. I've been having major trouble recording. That's why there haven't been any videos up. I've been trying to get on, trying to play, at least keep my skills up, but it's been difficult. So I might come out with some PC stuff instead in the meantime, while I'm getting that straightened out. But let's get back to why I'm making this video, and that would have to do with when I got on YouTube today. So for those of you who don't know, who think that just because I haven't posted a video, I haven't been on, I get on YouTube every single day, go through, try to keep up with things in the community. Gearsopedia is back. That's a big deal. Gearsopedia has been gone for a while. I don't even remember how long it's been gone. I totally forgot about them. Forgot I was subscribed to them. But if you guys haven't seen it yet, they have a great montage by Noobinator out, and it's one of the best montages I've seen in a while. It's got great editing. It's got great clips, everything about it I just loved. Anyway, that inspired me to make a video. I was like, you know what? I don't need to be able to record to make a video. I can just grab something off my hard drive, and there we are. So here we are with this Gears of War Judgment gameplay, because this is the only one that I could find that I was pretty sure I hadn't used. But, no promises. If you guys remember it, then you have much better memory than I do. But there's also another reason for making this video. I've been thinking about making a video like this for a while to talk about the next Gears of War and what I think, why I think, and what I think it's going to be, and why, when, where, all that fun stuff. So if you've been living in a Gears of War hole for the past week, then you may not know that Epic Games no longer owns Gears of War. They were bought out by Microsoft, who gave it to a studio, Black Tusk Studio, out of Vancouver. Now, I've done a little bit of research on Black Tusk, not nearly as much as I had hoped to be able to do. There's not that much out there. As soon as the news went, as soon as there was news of it, I tried to find everything and anything that I could, but, it's difficult to do, so... Excuse me one second, I need to cough. I'm going to stop the recording. Sorry about that. It's springtime, there's allergies, pollen, all that fun stuff. Anyway, so I tried to find anything and everything I could. Now, what I found, they're still looking for a lead designer, like a lead story director, I guess you could say. I applied for the job for two reasons. One, if I got it, how cool would that be? Didn't expect to get it. Two, I could keep up with it, because now I get an email, I would say about once a week, that tells me, hey, there's still this opening, you should do it. Here's some other openings at Microsoft. So anyway, that's besides the point. Let me see if I can't pop that email up in the video real quick. There we go. So I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but I'll just tell you what it says in case you can't. It says job matches, software development engineer, devices and studios, Big Park job, Vancouver, Canada. Senior concept artist, devices and studios, Black Tusk Studios job, Vancouver, Canada. So both of those are based out of Vancouver. All of them are based out of Vancouver, but this senior concept artist is the one that I'm interested in. One, they took away, there were two positions, and now there's just the one. The other one they had was like a lead story designer. That was the one I was talking about. This one is a concept artist. So Black Tusk Studio is still looking for people, it seems. It seems that they haven't quite gotten all the staff they need, but since they're still hiring, that's a good sign. It looks like they didn't just buy it to have it just so if they ever wanted to make one, they could. Instead, it looks like they're looking to make another game. They're looking to create the next Gears of War. But what do we want in the next Gears of War? What worked from Judgment, what worked from Gears of War 3, and certainly what didn't work in both of those things? Now, I've heard it said that no one likes Gears of War Judgment. That seems to be true of the original members of the community. However, Gears of War Judgment does have some great things going for it. The movement is much better in Gears of War Judgment than it is in Gears of War 3, at least in my opinion. The spawn system, I think, is a little better in Gears of War Judgment. Maybe I just didn't play it well enough or long enough to learn the spawns. Maybe I didn't, try hard enough to understand them. I'm thinking that the spawn system is better in Gears of War Judgment. It's a little harder to pin down. It's harder to spawn trap. It changes faster. Bots are so much better in Gears of War Judgment in terms of the spawning in of players, things like that. But some things that were better in Gears of War 3, I feel like the damage system, I feel, was a little better. They changed some key gameplay elements that we hinged our game on in Gears of War 3. Take it down but not out, for example. That's a big deal. The damage system is a little different. The weapons are a little different in Gears of War Judgment. Everything's just a little bit different than it was, and it was enough that veterans of the game didn't like it. It's not so much that we didn't understand it. It's not so much I'm saying we, because I am a veteran of the game. It's not so much we didn't like it. It's not so much that we didn't understand it. It's not so much we didn't understand it. It's just we didn't like it. We didn't like it at all. I didn't like the no down but not out. I didn't like the new damage system. Like, look at that flamethrower. It's pretty much hitting me from spawn. I mean, I would think that was something in Gears of War 3 they would have changed. Because we thought flamethrower was overpowered then. But Gears of War 3 also had its problems. In Gears of War 3, I don't know if you remember, but you could get spawn trapped and the whole game would be done and you hardly got a kill. I don't know if you remember in Gears of War 3, but there's a glitch where, or not really a glitch, but kind of just something that's a little different. If you shoot just off to the side of someone's face, it'll hit them directly in the center of the face. I know it's most evident in the snub. I don't know if it's evident in the snipers or not, but it is evident in the pistol. There are little things like that. There was the problem with the bots spawning in. Like, it could take you an entire match to get into the game, simply because the bot wouldn't die. Just different things like that they did improve on. Problem is, they might have improved a little too much. They had a great system going and they broke it. So what does the community want to see from Gears of War 4, I guess? From Gears of War 4, the community wants the sequel to Gears of War that we dreamt about. The sequel to Gears of War 3 that we thought Judgment was going to be. Problem is, it's a prequel. Not to brag or anything, but I totally call the whole prequel thing. I think the next game that comes out will be one of two things. It'll either be take place after the events of Gears of War 3. I don't think that's very probable. There's not that much to go on there. I wouldn't do that if I were in charge. I think the next best thing, go back to the Pendulum Wars. Or do a sequel of Gears of War Judgment in the Gears of War 3 style. Now, Judgment is a shiny new version that you have all this stuff to profit off of. We don't know what happened to Sophia. We don't know what happened to any of them. They managed to link it back together. But I think that's the next Gears of War. It's going to be a sequel to Judgment. And all I can do is hope that it's the Gears of War that we deserve.